Russia. Over 130 countries from around the world have brought their athletes in the hope of seeing them crowned world champions.
Sort of be cheering her on, hoping she can take that world title. And there's obviously, we're blessed to see previous world champions.
From Chinese Taipei, we have Yun-Wen Wang in blue and Huang-Zaninovic from Croatia in red. Yun-Wen Wang is 20 years old. In 2014, she was the Asian Games champion and the World Student Champion. She's a student at Taiwan University and a member of the Taichuan Taekwondo team. She's making a very successful transition into the senior category at the female -53, and she's managed to get some considerable scalps under her belt to get here to the final tonight. And she'll be up against one of the Croatian twins, Huang-Zaninovic, 27 years old. In 2014, she was the European champion. As we just said earlier on, she won a silver at last World Championships in 2013, and the one before that, she went one better and was world champion. She'll be keen to take back that title. She's recovering from an elbow injury where she had surgery. She actually had the surgery at Christmas, as that was the only time she could fit into the busy schedule. Made a full recovery now, and she's the identical twin of Lucia Zaninovic, we'll be seeing later in the championships.
As the athletes enter the court, Kelly Bins for the first time with athletes in the arena, make some noise!
And there you can see the video, there you can see the transmitters from the trunk protectors, the protective scoring system being put in place. Zaninovic there looking quite calm and confident, ranked number 4 in the world, Olympic ranking system. Just doing the compulsory testing there to make sure the protective scoring system, the PSS, is working fine. And that scores kicks to the body, and the new PSS head guards that you've just seen them put on now, they score impacts to the actual, that make contact on the actual head guard. In the case there's a kick to the face, then the judges will score those techniques. Right, Susanna Mitchell from Canada, the referees, get this match underway. Zaninovic going up for the head, parrying away the body kick and then trying to go over the top. Taipei kicks into the body but doesn't quite connect. Gonna need to be careful with these clashing of legs. Who will get penalised for that probably later on in the match. Zaninovic goes high again, yet just weighing out, measuring the range and distance. She's quite happy right now holding that centre ground. And Taipei goes high, goes for the first kick. She's indicating to her coach to appeal, but he knows the impact was to the head guard. It didn't register, so that would be a wasted card. Not a good idea so early on in the match.
Yeah, definitely not. You want to save those video replays into something probably a bit more
Definitely, yeah.
Last 30 seconds maybe.
Well, I've seen some really good use of the video replay by coaches, but very rarely do we see it this early on unless there's a very, very clear shot. We don't want to waste that opportunity, or the coaches don't want to waste that opportunity. of making a valuable appeal later on in the match. So 0-0. Huang from Chinese Taipei, Zaninovic from Croatia. The first final here at the 22nd World Championships, the minus 53 kilogram female division. We have a low kick there by the Croatian. Taipei goes high, just ducks out of the way. Nice counter back kick there by Zaninovic, didn't score. Taipei did well to cover up. A lot of athletes trying the punching. That is scored by the judges, so there's a higher chance of scoring with the punch. That's the first round completed, no points scored. Luke, what do you make of that?
I mean, it's what we've seen for the first few days. First round of the semi-finals, so just sussing each other out. Don't want to open up too dramatic. I would imagine, even though the Taipei athlete is seeded number 1 here, also we know that Zaninovic has dropped through the rankings, being out from that injury. She hasn't probably had the preparation as she would have preferred coming into the World Championships. So it's probably a bit closer. Maybe you could arguably say that Anna's probably world number 2.
Well, looking at the form book, the history, on the rankings, she might be lower down because she hasn't been competing, but a former world champion and silver, this is the 3rd time she's actually been in the final of the World Championships. Yeah. So she's not going to be fazed by that. She looked very confident and composed in that first round. So as much as they were doing that foot fencing off the front leg, Zaninovic was trying to go high. She did try a back kick as well. So the rankings, you know, she would probably feel quite comfortable at this stage and not be too fazed by the seedings.
She's going to be fazed by that. 6-0 down. Double impact on the head guard. But she used her experience very well yesterday. She was in 2 really close fought matches against Kazakhstan and then, I believe it was China. And she used that World Championship experience to come through those matches in those last seconds.
Can go there for Zaninovic, yeah. 6-1 behind right now.
And there's still a long way to go in this match. We haven't even reached the halfway point yet. But it's 5 points, isn't unassailable.
Zaninovic followed in with a kick to the body. Yeah, just to explain the scoring system, a kick to the body or a punch to the body is worth 1 point. A kick to the head is worth 3 points. If it's a rotating or spinning kick to the body, it's worth 3 points, and a rotating kick to the head is worth 4 points. So, although a 5 point deficit, oh, another headshot by Taipei. I was just about to say a single headshot doesn't make that much difference, but then the Taipei goes and extends the lead.
And Anna's just scored her 2nd punch.
Well, she needs higher scoring techniques than the basic punch.
She has it in her arsenal. We all know Anna's very dangerous, especially with the back kicks, which are now worth 3 points in 2015. Previously, in previous years, only worth for 2 points.
So 7 points behind now for Zaninovic, coming to the last 30 seconds of the second round. She needs to, she'll feel a lot happier if she got something back before the end. Goes in for the strong punch again. Didn't score that time. So in the first round we saw Zaninovic going high and not quite impacting, and then Huang from Chinese Taipei has been successfully hit the head 3 times now, which has given her a 7-point lead. She'll be very happy at this stage. Yeah, Zaninovic will be feeling quite a bit different from the first break after the first round. Be interesting to see how the Taipei athlete tries to control this round, whether she fights negatively to spoil the Croatians' attempts at getting back, or whether she stays competitive.
Well, she definitely won't be putting herself in too much danger, that's for sure. She'll be trying to tick away the clock as much as she can.
But she did score those kicks so well, so comfortably. It's a risk for Zaninovic that when she attacks Huang, that she could get countered and get kicked in the head trying to come in there. So she has to be cautious. First 30 seconds, pretty cautious, do you think, Luke? And then a little bit explosive action like we've seen in the other finals? towards the last minute?
No, I'm pretty sure Anna's going to have to pretty much push. She's 7 points down. Tony would have, the Croatian coach would have been geeing her up for this final 2 minutes, see what she can produce.
Just kicking off the front leg still.
Been the aggressor though.
Nice reverse kick there up to the head.
It's a nice attempt, just falling short. Those are the kind of techniques you need to be trying.
That would have been worth 4 points if she'd have made impact on the head guard. Goes for the punch again. It's a very strong punch that she has. Huang from Taipei goes high to the head there.
Scored that punch. That brings the gap down to 6.
But Wang's definitely not playing a spoiling game. She's trying to get her own kicks in. There we saw a kick, what we call a scorpion kick, going up to the head. Blue gets a warning for holding. The kick didn't make the contact. Zaninovic tries to spin in, but stops the movement short. Wang starts to move around a bit more now. She's still taking it to the Croatian.
Active defense, just being the aggression, putting Anna under the pressure, making it difficult for her to come forward with her own attacks.
So we're in the last minute now, and Anna Zaninovic, the world silver medalist from 2013, needs to do some work here to close down that gap of 6 points. Goes for the strong punch again. Wang's not having any of it.
As a back kick of her own there. I think that's pretty much secured the match. It's a 9 point gap now, 40 seconds.
That back kick probably is the deciding technique of the match. The 20-year-old Taipei girl was the Asian Games champion, has now made the transition up to the seniors, and looks like she's going to make it to the final.
Anna has to take some chances now. She's got any hope of getting into this final with 20 seconds left. She's got to be trying the 4 point techniques.
The Kyongo there making it 12-4, but still 8 points to get. Now we can see the Taipei athlete closing down. Susanna Mitchell not having any of it. The Canadian referee gives another warning. Zaninovic still working, still pushing forwards, but not scoring enough.
Last few seconds.
Wang. Credit to Yun-Wen Wang, she's continued attacking, continued working all the time through that match. Managed to overpower Anna Zaninovic. That first kick was a double contact to the head, which made the difference, gave that 6 point gap, and then she just built on that. Zaninovic wasn't able to answer. So, Anna Zaninovic from Croatia, former world champion and silver medalist, completes the set, and this year will take a bronze medal. The coach there seems to be giving us still more coaching information. I don't know whether that was encouragement or criticism. It was a tough match. She did work very hard. She was constantly pushing forwards. That's the double impact to the right at the beginning of the first round. Let's see if that was a second. That was a third technique. So not a bad semi-final starters off. We did see the cautious start like we would expect. Nobody wants to give away points in